one thing I noticed is that you're raising your dividend. So you're going to pay $2.40 rather than the $2.20 that you paid last year, even at a time when, fourth quarter profit fell 89% and you're expecting profit for the whole year of 2019 to fall as well. Why raise your dividend in that kind of environment?
Well, first and foremost, good morning. That was always what we said and told our shareholders, that we will have this progressive dividend policy. And last year we paid $2.20, and this year we're suggesting to the AGM that we will pay $2.40 per share, and we stick to this promise.
Well, great that you stick to that promise, but disappointing that we're going to see profit continuing to fall. Why are profits coming down? What's the main reason here? Is this the global economic slowdown, or are the problems with trade hitting Covestro as well?
I think what we see here is that our high-tech materials are still in very high demand, and that will also continue. And I think Covestro is very well prepared to have long-term profitable growth. What we see short-term here is that we have an increased competition on the supply side. So some more capacity is coming on stream, and that is now coming to the market. And that's why, despite strong growth for our high-tech materials, we see some pressure on prices and therefore also on margins in our business. And that's the main reason for 2019.
When you have growth on the supply side like that, a lot of companies opt to use extra cash for acquisitions. Do you think that you could play a part in consolidation this year?
Well, we're looking always into opportunities to profitably grow also inorganically. That means we're screening the market on a frequent basis. And we have always said that we want to grow in the areas where we have resilient, that means more margin stable business opportunities. And that is exactly also the journey that we will pursue in the future, despite the current short-term challenges that we see in our core markets.
Do you see any possibilities there as we speak, Markus? I mean, are there opportunities that present themselves, or is this just a search that that isn't still yielding any results?
Well, for sure, there is always opportunities out there, and we're looking very deeply into those opportunities. One thing is important in this context: we will not just do acquisitions for the sake of acquisitions. We really use a sharpened pencil and making sure that also acquisitions, that's everything we do is value creating for our shareholders. And that's the main criteria, that's the main theme. And there is opportunities out there, but for sure today is not the right point in time to talk about it.
On the demand side, Markus, a lot of problems arose in 2018, including things, for example, like the auto industry had the emissions testing stumbles that hurt sales. Do you see a bounce back in 2019 from issues that we had like that?
Well, first and foremost, we still see that in 2019, the automotive growth will, according to what we know and what external sources have told, about 1% globally. And we are very well positioned to benefit significantly from this growth, because in the past years, we have always outgrown this growth in the automotive industry because our high-tech materials continue to replace other material choices. And that's one of the key growth drivers for Covestro. So despite the underlying growth of the automotive industry, we are convinced that we can grow faster than the automotive industry due to this material substitution, as we're talking about energy efficient vehicles, we're talking about emission-free vehicles, we're talking about hybrid propulsion systems, and that's where you need high-tech materials. And that is exactly where Covestro has a leading position and where we continue to grow, amongst other industries like construction, furniture, medical, as well as the electro and electronics industry. This is where we are present, this is where we have #1 positions, and this is where we play our strengths also in the future. And that's why I said we are very well positioned to also in the future have long-term profitable growth.
Markus, we hear a lot about uncertainty due to Brexit, uncertainty due to tariffs. What are you hearing from clients that you're dealing with today? Are they able to make those choices, purchase choices? Are they able to sign on the dotted line?
Well, it is definitely posing some challenges, yet we are very well prepared to master those challenges. If you look at our direct sales, we do not expect a major impact on that. If you look at our customers' industries, we hear that. We're seeing that our customers are looking at their supply chains. And here again, the advantage of Covestro comes into play because we produce the entire product portfolio in each and every region where we are present. So we have the chance to flexibly react on the supply chain needs that our customers have because we have a global number one position wherever we are in each and every customer industry that we are serving. That's why I think we are very well positioned despite the increasingly challenging environment also due to the tariff talks.